Wow.
For the second consecutive week in a row, Nick was late, delayed us by an hour, and then had the audacity to be mad at me because Don Alberto gave me a fresh cut.
That is
because I have
not
to wait for you.
That is not what happened. To explain myself.
Please,
Oh, I
because I will relate to what you told me earlier.
Oh, okay. So last night, I was home. Okay. Anyway, I was home, and when I went home,
You know what? Let's move over from this conversation.
The reason I had to. Okay, I stayed up too late last night, which I will get into. I was playing on my Kindle from 2011 that I got when I went to go visit my parents. I brought it home because I was like, oh, it'll be nice to carry around so I can get my library books and not have to carry a bunch of books around or whatever. The battery. It's like was shot on it, so I had to order a new battery. Thank you, Dad. He bought it for me, and it got delivered yesterday. And so then I got home from work and I spent my time deconstructing the Kindle, whatever, put the new battery in, then charging it, and then I was going through all of my old books and I have Scrabble on it and
oh God,
I forgot how fun playing Scrabble is, and I'm playing against the AI computer or whatever, and it's on level hard, and Mama, I forgot how hard she gets. I was up till 4 a.m. playing Scrabble against
That's what you were doing until 4 a.m?
Yes, I was playing Scrabble on my Kindle.
That is wow. New levels of nerddom over here.
So then I woke up late this morning. I woke up at 10:45, almost 11, and then I was so exhausted. But I was like, okay, my new gym shoes came. I got new running shoes as well. They also came with that order of the new battery. So I was like, oh my God, work. So I was like, well, I want to test out my new running shoes. I want to
premiere the show.
I was like, I really want to. I was like, they're like a cloud on my feet. I just have to go for a run on a treadmill. And so I woke up, and so when I was leaving the apartment, I texted Peru, and at this point it was 11 o'clock, and I wanted some extra time because I was like, girl, it takes me 20 minutes to walk there, 30 minutes on the treadmill. I was like, I just want extra time so I could be ready because I also knew I had to kind of tidy up my room. It's still a huge hot mess in here.
It's a
but
mess.
we're not gonna get into it. Thank you very much.
Pan.
We're not going to, but it is kind of a disaster if you're not outside of the frame that you're currently seeing. But then anyway, I texted Prude. I said, can we do 2:30? Because we initially were planning on meeting at 2. And then he went, wow. And then I was like, wait, would you kill me if we did 3 instead? Just so I could have time to get lunch, shower, whatever. And then he was like, oh, if we're going to do 3 o'clock, then you better be ready to go right at 3. And I was like, I will be. And then all of a sudden I get a text. I'm out of the shower.
It wasn't a text; it was a voice memo.
Whatever.
So there you go. There you go with your lies and fabrications.
I read the transcription of the audio.
Ew, you do that?
Before I listen to it, I'll see.
Why?
Because it just automatically generates.
Yeah, I know. It's like spoiler alert. I want to be surprised by the audio message.
Well, sometimes, no offense, we both can do this. We sometimes are a little long-winded when we tell stories.
Girl, your intro is like, "Hi, I'm Pioneer Peru.
I'm Trailblazer Nick, and this is
Pioneers and Trailblazers."
But no shade to us. I mean, obviously, this is why people listen.
No shade to us.
But we tend to be a little bit long-winded. So sometimes with my sister, when she sends me a voice note, I'm like, okay, well, what's the meat of the story before I listen to the whole, the appetizer, the main course, second course, and then finally dessert of this 30-second voice memo. And so I saw that you said, oh, let's move it to 3:30, and I said, oh, okay, because you had to get your hair cut, which I support. I mean,
I wasn't going to do it, but then since you were delaying it so much, I was like, okay, well, might as well text Don Alberto, who does my fade, and I was like, I have a little chunk of time to do, but then he also took longer than I anticipated, as he always does. But mind you, the way that I was going to relate to you is I also had kind of a restless night last night. And when you were falling asleep to Scrabble...
Oh, that's interesting, because I tried calling you last night after work, and you hung up on me.
I didn't hang up on you. I just wasn't in the mood.
But you did hang up on me because it only rang 3 times, and then all of a sudden it went to voicemail.
Well, I was doing something.
What were you doing?
I was just watching Ruby. Yeah. Oh my
God. I was gonna fill you in on all the drama from work. I had some tea to spill, but no.
We'll spill the tea.
I can't spill the tea because it's work related.
Well, we'll do it behind the paywall. Now we have that option, which is amazing.
I mean, okay, I'll do it behind the paywall.
But anyway, so while he was being a loser and playing Scrabble till 4 a.m, I had actually I went to bed pretty early. I went to bed around midnight or even before midnight, actually, because I was watching my telenovela Ruby for those Spanish-speaking townspeople. Si conocen la novela, shout out. Wait, shout out in Spanish, como que un shout out. No sé cómo decir shout out. Ayúdenme, por favor. Pero
mi gente latino.
Mi gente townspeople. Hey, person that commented mi gente townspeople on the last ep. But any Spanish-speaking townspersons, if you like telenovelas, I'm starting to do something new with my page, and you'll see that if you follow me, if you're a Peru, then you'll know. But I've been really diligently watching this telenovela called Ruby, which I explained to Nick is the personification of a woman that I am, who's just like a narcissistic, just out for herself, completely materialistic, and just money hungry and attention hungry seeking whore. It tracks. And she's the fucking best. And I was just like, because right now, the tea with Miss Ruby is she finally seduced her best friend's, but the
bitch with the bum leg.
The bitch with the bum legs fiance got herself a job at his gig at the architecture firm, already made out with him, got him all sorts of confused, and now she's like, oh my god, we can right before the wedding.
He's questioning his sexuality. That's what it is. He's like, wait, I don't think I'm straight.
But anyway, so I'm really inspired by her. So anyone who likes telenovelas, watch Ruby, or if you want to, this was subtitles. So anyway, so I was watching that, and then I woke up at 4 a.m. So funny you say that. I woke up so horny. So
did you have a gig last night?
Guess what? No gig last night. But guess what? I woke up at 4 a.m. and I was like, I just gotta rub it out to just be able to fall asleep. You know. You know?
At 4 a.m, if I wake up with a boner at like 4 a.m, mama, I am folding that shit up, rolling over, and going back to sleep. I am not in the mood.
No, because then once I get hard, it's hard for me to get unhard. I sound like Luann. Get hard, not all unhard. That's gonna a ton of a get hard.
We'll think about it.
We'll think about it. And so I was like, okay. And so I had recently subscribed to this new OnlyFans because you know when so let's talk about this. Mama, let's talk about this. Because I actually never knew I was going to be that interested in subscribing to their stuff. I don't know if you know a content creator called Greg McKeon who has like
I'm familiar with his work.
Okay.
I'm familiar.
So,
he's got that like kind of gross little mustache.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
So Miss Greg McKeon, as we always do here at Pioneers and Trailblazers Inc., we love to shout out our adult content creator girlies.
No, shout out to him. He loves to say Uncle Video.
And guess what? Miss Greg McKeon is also married to, I believe, another person, male, called Dylan McKeon. But then his husband's OnlyFans and like Twitter name, whatever, their porn name is College Bro for You, or college. It's college.
Is he really college though? Is he really college age, or is he just pretending to be?
I mean, I'm getting into this.
Okay.
So I found their video just through perusing porn, of course, and so I was like, okay, I saw that. Randomly saw a video of them with this other twink. I had no idea that like their proclivity was a lot of twink video, and then just like of course Miss British Twunk was already on it. And
he loves a twink.
Yeah, and then this other guy, Felix Fox, who's like a very well known bottom who loves to take it all. So
she's escaping.
She's escaping. Miss Felix Fox. Good for you, girl. Felix Fox can take it. And
my body. If we were to ever like Freaky Friday body swap me and Felix Fox, girl, I don't know what I would do with myself. I would be like, first of all, I'd just be like staring at myself in the mirror all day long. Cause I'd be like, because his body's crazy. But then also like, I want to know like, does his hole ever hurt? Like, does he?
So it's makes Miss Felix Fox have seen Gape, and Dylan Roman.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, Miss Dylan Roman, she gapes. And sometimes, listen, again, to each their own. I know clearly that's a king for people who love to see, the gape. Title of the gape. But I don't like it. It turns me off. Like, I don't like to see it fully out there. I don't like to see the inside.
No. That's
it reminds me of the episode of, if you guys want to go back, if you're a new townsperson here, hello. If you want to listen to Fruit Loops, the episode from season 1 in which we describe a very interesting video, it reminds me of that.
No. I sometimes when I come across on Sniffies, which I've been really unhorny the last like 2 weeks, but I've had instances where I've been on Sniffies where lots of guys are into fisting on Sniffies, and like they'll link their Twitters, and like obviously if someone's gonna link their Twitter, I'm gonna go and look because I'm curious.
Have you noticed that just people people do more FF content on Just for Fans than they do on OnlyFans? I don't know why that is, but I always see like that. For FF, go to my Just for Fans.
Sure, maybe I don't know. Maybe there's a broader market for it over there. But then, But then I will go to the Twitter because it doesn't necessarily like say point blank that it's all fisting content. They'll just be like, oh, my alt is, and then they link it or whatever. And so then I'll go and look, and then it's literally just like there's this one guy that I was looking at who was like really hot, and I think he had messaged me or something. And then I went to his Twitter, and every single video is just him fisting a bottom, and the bottom is fully just like rosebudding, just like and they're like, yeah, look at how gaping I am.
Oh, I can't. I don't like that.
And I'm like, I don't, Mama, my body will never bounce back from that. Like, I'm so sorry. Also, how tight I am. there's just no way.
Well, that's the thing, and you know what's really interesting? If we're really gonna get into the boom boom,
the boom
boom hole.
Get in the boom boom hole.
The boom boom hole.
I love that.
Oh my god,
get in the boom boom hole. There's a song. This is a tangent, but it just made me think of. There's a song called "Bum Bum" that I've been listening to, produced by Danny Harl for the girlies who are into like the PC music scene. But it's from like 2019. But I was listening in the car when my dad was driving me back to the airport on Tuesday, and my dad was like, "What the fuck is this?" And I was like, "It's called Bum Bum, Bum 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 Bum. I'll be on the next. I see it. I don't stop." So good.
Okay. Wait, I think I know that song.
Yeah. He made a joke. He's like, "Wow, I'm gonna add that to my playlist on Spotify now." I was like, "Shut up!"
Like your dad were fucking reading you to
he's like, "Really?" He's like, "This is what you're listening to." I was like, "Girl, we had such a good week."
You had to have done ruin it right now.
Yeah,
in the car.
And now you're messing up on the last 30 minutes I have with you. You're gonna fuck it up. Wow.
So anyway, and mind you, like lately I've been really into watching DP content. And this leads into my town hall too, because I'll get into it.
Right.
But
tonight. Is it gonna happen tonight?
Don't spoil it.
Oh, sorry.
Wow. But
is that on the table? Is that on the menu for today?
It's scheduled, yeah, tonight.
No. But that's on the menu?
Yes, it was a request.
Oh, from you or them?
But the thing is, here, I'm getting into it.
Okay.
But you know what? I'm just going to get into it, I guess.
Get into the boom boom hole.
Get into the boom boom hole. The boom boom hole.
The boom boom DP.
So... and again, I guess to tie it all in, I looked at Miss. Oh, let me finish the conversation on Miss College Bro for you.
Oh, sure.
Miss College Bro for you. I go into the content.
Is it for me?
Is it? I don't think it's for you.
It's not for me.
Definitely not for you. Absolutely, College Bro is not for you.
I figured.
But it was for me because and sometimes like I like the idea that they do look like, and this is no shade to them. I love them. I subscribe to both of their OnlyFans, which means I'm supporting them financially. But
that's more than a lot of people can say.
Exactly. So I can give a proper review. Mm-hmm. I can give up my proper idea of what I think of them. So they're not like they look like real people. And I think that's not.
I love that.
Yeah, and I love that sometimes when I'm in the mood. So sometimes I'm either in the mood for Kate Maddox looking people, and sometimes I'm in the mood for people who look like regular people, and that is no shade. It makes it hotter sometimes when it looks like real people.
Okay.
Right?
Keep going.
And so now it sounds like I'm just calling them ugly, but they're not. They're not. They're
you're
really,
calling them normal. You're calling them regular.
And that's hot. Normal can be hot. So I'm watching, and I realize that a lot of their captions on their OnlyFans say things like, "Ooh, we were in Madrid for this porn award, and we had this. They had like this series called Twink Orgy or Twink Fest or something, where they all fuck all the twinks, and they like list the age of all the people, and so it's like, they're tagging the twinks." But not sexually. They're like tagging them literally their handles.
Sure.
Handles. And then they're like, oh, blah, 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 blah. And then it's like, and blah, blah, blah. And in parentheses, 21. And then I saw this other video where like they like both tag teamed sexually, this other twink, but then in parentheses is at 18. And so.
Okay, I don't know if I live for the.
So that's the thing. So listen, like. Is there an actual fetish for, like, of course, even just the idea of like liking watching twink porn, I think the subtext there is that you like the guy looking young, right?
You love, yeah, like, I mean, listen, the age gap discourse we've gone into plenty of times on this podcast.
But this is
before.
of course, but this is a conversation not even on age gap, it's just on like the fetishization of youth when it comes to porn. And mind you, clearly they're adding those descriptions because clearly people like them.
Well,
Otherwise, they wouldn't.
Well, right, but I don't know. That makes me feel. I don't live for that.
I understand. And so at one point, I was enjoying myself, diddly daddling myself, and I found something that I liked, to get inspired for my
gig. 18-year-old, you're like, that's me.
That's me.
I see myself on screen. And we love living in delusion.
It's not delusion. It's my contemporaries, and I'm glad they're getting the gig. But
I'm just like imagining you, like if you were to like go to the DMV to get like your license renewed or something, and then they're like, okay, date of birth, and then you're like, no, and they're like, what? And you're like, pass.
Listen,
pass.
You don't need to know. My retort: anytime somebody asks me how old I am, either when I'm in bed or like
legal,
no, always go like old enough. And some of these girls live for it.
They do.
Oh well, I mean, I told you that one time that one guy was sniffy. Was just like, yeah, you sure you're 18? And I was like, am I?
I mean, I think I said this once on the pod once, but that happened to me. I was 18, and the guy was like, "You're 18, right?"
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Yeah," and he was like, "Okay, good." And he's like, I don't. Should I see your ID? And I was like,
yes, yeah.
I told you this before.
Yeah. But I mean, the funny thing about that is that, again, like, this is all within the realms of like fantasy and whatnot. But I just saw the trend, and I was like, ugh, like, I don't know that I live for the idea that like you need to tell me how young these teens are.
You can tell they're young just by watching.
That's my thing too. It's just like they were interviewing this guy named Santiago or something, and Miss Santiago, like, I mean, bless her heart, but Miss Santiago like clearly was an 18-year-old because the way that he communicated, and you can tell. But I mean, whatever, to each their own. I'm glad that at least like they're not I don't know, maybe it's not getting into like weirder territory, but
sure.
But it was nice. And anyway, so I did consume their content, and mind you, if I may say so myself, that was not what I got off to. It was not.
What video did it?
So this video did it. It was Caleb Manning, who's also one of the girls.
Oh, I'm familiar with her. I like it when she tops.
Okay,
she's a good top.
Well, she's not a good top, but I get the fantasy of seeing him top because usually he's just being like a hungry pig bottom, And I like him as a bottom.
I like him as a top.
And we've discussed this actually privately. You are a fan of Michael Boston topping.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a fan of Michael Boston bottoming because it's really, listen, Miss Michael Boston and Miss Porfy. Aspirational porn viewing, and I'm clipping this for socials. Aspirational porn viewing is when you're looking at a porn and you like a specific aspect of it because you see yourself in them. And
you see yourself in Michael Boston.
I see myself aspirationally as what I want to be as a bottom in Porfy and Michael Boston because they do it so well, and I am so competitive, and like I want to be the best at everything that I do. So I watch them because I like how they do it,
Mm-hmm.
And so when I watch Michael Boston topping, I'm like, get your coin, because clearly people want to see that too. And when I see Miss Caleb Manning topping, I'm like, clearly you're doing it because, but you can tell they're enjoying it when they're bottoming, like they love their work. And in life, loving what you do is something very unique.
Who doesn't love what they do, who has been in hot water on social media recently?
Who?
Miss Timothy Champagne.
Miss Timothy.
Because did you see the video where he came out as gay?
Oh, and then he took it back.
Well, no, he came out. He was like, "I'm straight." No, he was like, "I'm straight." And then he's like, "Well, actually,
I have a girlfriend."
Actually, I have a girlfriend." And then he's like, "Well, actually, no, I think I'm gay now because I think it's affecting my relationship with her." And then they broke up.
Yes.
And now he's gay. And then and then it was going around on TikTok because everyone was like making these think pieces about him. And so then I made a joke on TikTok, and I didn't think it was gonna go that crazy. I mean, it didn't go that viral, but it did do way more numbers than I thought it would. But I basically was just like, you can look at my TikTok before it shuts down on. Oh, actually, it'll be shut down by the time this episode's live.
I know. Well,
TikTok will be gone.
There is a slight chance that by Sunday they would do. There's something that they could pass to delay it for 3 months.
Yeah, but I think today there was something that I just saw that was like it's confirmed, like they've moved, like because it said,
unless somebody buys it.
Because it said Biden was going to try to stall it yesterday, and then the Supreme Court shut that down today. So it's looking like it's going to be gone. But anyway, I made this video, and so I was like, it was all a joke, but I was basically like, y'all, he is a faggot. Like, how could you not tell? Because he's staring at himself in the camera when he's fucking every single time.
That doesn't make him a faggot.
Yes.
That makes him a narcissist, girly.
Faggot behavior.
Oh, so you're
Faggot
saying straight people
behavior.
cannot be narcissists?
Okay, I've recently got into my straight porn bag. I'll get into it.
Okay.
And-
Well, you know
well-
what? This is literally becoming the episode about porn.
well, I mean, we have other
Did
things to
you
talk
know?
about.
And actually, I'm all over the place because I'm having a good time for once.
Shocking.
Shocking. But it is very funny because, like now we're at season 2 and it's, we want to grow and whatnot. But the whole thing with with Miss Tube is that, for example, within the first 10 minutes, they don't want you to cuss because then they won't, the algorithm won't pick it up or won't spread it if there's sensitive
Are you
or
gonna
too
bleep
explicit
us?
or whatever. And I think we like to maintain this podcast to be as real as possible. So we're not going to hyper censor ourselves because that's what makes people like us, because I think we're being really real. But there is going to come a time in which we really aren't going to be able to grow on this platform.
Well, it'll be on the Patreon then.
And so but that's the thing. The reason why we even did the Patreon is not even because we're trying to be great or whatever. It's just because eventually this content is not going to be able to grow further on any of these other mainstream
Or
platforms.
we'll have to hire someone to put beep.
Yeah, but
over
which people
everything.
would hate that. So
I don't
hey,
think
listen.
so, because I listen to a lot of podcasts that are on YouTube that are for the visual element that do
Yeah.
bleep out stuff. But anyway, so I've been in my straight porn bag recently.
No, go back to Timothy Champagne though. Go ahead.
No,
Timothy
it's
Champagne.
gonna all come back full circle because
Okay,
you said you're that's narcissistic. No, because that's faggot behavior. Because I've watched so much straight porn recently, I've been really into it, and the guys do not be watching themselves. The OnlyFans creators that I've been seeing, and maybe I just haven't come across a video, but I have yet to come across a video where the man is staring at himself the entire time while fucking. That is a gay person thing to do.
I don't know.
That
Have you
is
not seen fucking American Psycho? Miss Bateman staring at fucking himself the entire time.
That is faggot behavior. Literally, I wrote my Letterboxd review. I just rewatched that recently, and
You
I said, and my review was, "Mama, this is faggot behavior."
Okay, now we're gonna have to start bleeping this
and
back.
also because you know who wrote it? Bret Easton Ellis, famous bisexual. Bisexual. It's a critique on
you're right.
It's a critique on the '80s, yuppie,
TTT.
yuppie archetype
Yuppie.
man.
You can't say yuppie anymore.
Is it offensive?
Just kidding.
Whatever. I don't give a fuck.
Wow.
But it's a critique on that whole because mind you, these men only do these things for the approval of other men. Faggot behavior. That is faggot behavior.
Listen,
so
I
no.
can't.
So then,
listen. I'm gonna be the one who's the more progressive out of the two tonight.
what do you mean?
Because I just, to me, that's more of a sign of someone who's really obsessed with themselves, rather than maybe he also knows his market.
But
he
also
knows
he-
that the gays like that, so it doesn't make him gay.
No. Because he's getting turned on by watching himself.
Yeah,
A
but
man.
He's also fucked the puss, and he's fully hard. So what do you say to that? He's also staring at himself when he was fucking his girlfriend.
Where's the video? Let me see.
Doesn't he have straight porn out?
See, you don't
He
even-
does. No, I remember I saw.
No, I don't think so because he said he made that video where he came out and he's like, my views have gone down, or my everything's gone down since I came out as
because people
straight.
clogged his teeth.
Well,
People were like,
obviously,
you're
because
crazy.
you're doing it because you're gonna make more money when you're doing the gay shit. But what I'm saying is,
Is this as bright as it can go?
yeah.
Oh. Well.
So the
Well.
the gay behavior, you're getting turned on. He's clearly enjoying watching himself, and he's watching himself as a man fucking another dude. That is the most gay thing you could possibly do. The most fatty dudes that I've ever had sex with always want to watch themselves have sex. The bisexuals never asked me to fuck in front of a mirror.
Interesting.
Ever. That is, I'm not gonna say it again. Behavior.
I mean, that being said, I love looking at myself when I'm getting fucked in my room.
Behavior.
Interesting.
And then anytime it gets offered to me, I go, "Oh, absolutely not. I will not be watching. Thank you."
So you're saying you're not gay? Are you coming out?
Could you imagine? Could you imagine? But yeah, no. So then I made this video and I was like, yeah, obviously he's gay. He watches himself all the time. And then everyone in the comments was like, get him, like gag it.
No, but also, to be honest, it is kind of funny because you see, there are some other content creators, adult workers who have social media accounts in which they're actually they're curating it. They're curating very well. They're posting thirst traps or videos and even reels. A lot of these people are making reels now, but just fun stuff of them in their daily lives. Except
Well, because they gotta make money. They gotta
Of
make
course.
money.
But it's funny because I like feeling like you know, for the most part, I like their content of them just non working. But Miss Timothy Champagne, every video I see of her is so cringy.
No,
Like,
have you
and he
seen?
also, to be honest, when I see his videos of him just talking, he's not that attractive when he even talks. Like his
Well-
face is kind of botched. Like
Okay, well,
his,
we don't have to get mean about it. But
no, mean. Once again, I've paid for Miss Timothy Champagne's content before. I stopped being into it because it was too boring.
No, no,
but I've paid for it.
No,
so.
but the thing is also like I was going through because when at first when the videos were coming up on my For You page, I'm like, what are they talking about? So I like went to his profile and was going through the videos, and it's so funny because he's puts on a deeper voice, like you can tell that it's like a forced deeper voice, and then he's like sucking in or like pushing out all the air from his stomach and flexing so hard, and like you can tell, and he's just standing there not moving, and it's like all the comments are like, girl, breathe. And it's so funny.
Even when he's fucking, like he literally is just holding the pack and the abs and the biceps and the pecs.
And you want to know what that is, mama?
Faggot behavior.
Title of that.
No, we can't have those two tantalizing titles of app. We're gonna get shot down. I think I'm just gonna make the title of the app the corn emoji.
No, how are people gonna search that? They're trying to search a specific title. They can't just search up the corn emoji.
Maybe like just like
we'll workshop. We'll move on from that.
Well,
but
I mean,
so that anyway. So
straight. So that leads you to straight porn. Is that what you're talking about?
No. The straight porn that led into the Timothy Champagne being a faggot.
Oh.
So I support. I think he is. And listen, girl. I mean, I don't pay for his videos. I don't watch them because I'm not a fan. Because also he's got because he's sucking in so much and like so forced on like how he looks. Like he has no hip mobility. He's got like no rhythm.
He said it though in one of his videos. He was like, my passion is fitness. And like, remember when Miss Timothy Champagne in his Ace Carter days was like a twink?
Also someone who cannot fuck to save his life.
Oh, honey. And the fact that all of these, he has a thriving
well, he got
account.
I really still after everything that happened with that baby thing.
Girl, the baby. Well, I mean, one thing is being dumb and doing like a bad, I guess fetish thing, and another thing is like do the Austin Wolf of it all when like you're actually a predator. I think Miss Ace Carter was just like stupid enough to like think that would go well.
Right, but if you have the initial thought that you think that that's something that's hot and sexy, what else does that mean you're doing?
True, and again, not to justify it, but it's something that straight porn has been doing with women for.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And those men are also, I get predatory vibes from them too. That's why when I'm watching the straight porn, I don't like watching.
I cannot watch it. We've discussed this already.
I can't do the studio stuff.
Well, you were just talking about watching a straight porn. I cannot.
I'm watching like the homemade, like I'm watching couples, like
oh, good,
couples.
because the studio ones, I'm like,
no,
ugh.
I don't like the studio. The studio ones are not good.
There's this Argentinian guy and this Brazilian guy that I also, because again, I feel like not only have I been trying to be more in tune with my Latin culture as of late, but that applies across the board, not just to the things I'm consuming right now with TV, television, just anything. I am literally trying to find more like content, like adult content creators that speak Spanish during porn, because I've been finding it really sexy. Mm-hmm. And so I found this Argentinian guy. And then this what is it? I think Brazilian.
Come to Brazil.
And they do like they're gay for pay too, because I've seen them do videos with guys. But I found them. I don't know how I found it. They're straight porn ones. And there was this one where like they're in Vegas in this balcony at this hotel, and like the intro video is like two girls like being like, oh my god, like, are you excited for today? Like you can tell they're putting it on, just using their baby voice. And then like
that.
Of course, like I fast forwarded to see like if I could see the guys just fucking real quick, and of course the girls are just like and I'm just like, oh no.
See, there's one porn star that I think has been canceled. I don't remember exactly for what. I just remember vividly that he is like, we're not supposed to support him anymore. But he's really hot, and I think has moved to doing like, or these are older videos. They're from like a couple years ago that I've been coming across, but it's like more like homemade stuff instead of his studio work. And he looks like somebody that I know in real life that I'm very attracted to. So I do like to imagine myself being the one that's getting fucked by him when I'm watching. But where was I going with this? I don't even remember what I was gonna say.
Wait, but then so I saw.
Oh. But but other than that, I'm watching just like videos that like. It's not like OnlyFans creators and stuff, it's like clearly like some couple that just recorded themselves, or they are like creators, whatever, but it's like they're smaller and they're not like big budget and they're not trying to like build a fantasy. It's just them recording themselves having sex, which is honestly like, I'm just like imagining myself like once I have my man, like that's how we're gonna be fucking.
Well, and again, okay. So wait, let me finish it. So the Brazilian and then the Argentinian guy, I then I found the video with them with one guy, and I was like, oh, see, like they also do gay, porn. So they were in this jacuzzi and like this outdoor jacuzzi and this clearly a resort or some hotel, and they're trying to set it up to where like the both of them are checking out this guy in like a thong swim thong, this guy. And his name, what's his name? I'll try to post it on, oh my god, maybe I can put this on the Patreon if I'll his name is Martin or something. Actually for Trust and Believers Town Council, I'll put the names in there for you all to check out the content too, because I'm pretty sure I started a notes app on my phone with the names so I wouldn't forget, because I want to keep finding their content because I like the Spanish content. Anyway, so they're like going to the jacuzzi and being like, oh, there's like that guy's ass looks like a girl's ass, they're trying to set it up like for them to fuck.
Like, oh my god, they're gonna fuck a dude.
They're gonna fuck a dude. And he's like, oh my god, they're gonna fuck a guy. And so cut to, they're like flirting, and then the guy is blowing them in the fucking jacuzzi. And then cut to, they start fucking, and they both have condoms on. Now, I'm not here to condom shame. I am here to call out the fact that
are they doing it raw with the girlies?
Yes.
Oh.
So in the year of the Lord, 2024, maybe the video was put out. You're telling me that these like straight content creators are still wearing condoms with gay guys just because they're gay? Make that make sense. And mind you, it's probably not even for them. I don't even want to hate on the women, but I'm sure a lot of these women are like, yeah, you can fuck the guy. Like I feel like.
Sorry, what were you trying to say?
I feel like. I remember at one point I saw this documentary, and it may have been like an older documentary. It might have been like 2016 or 2017.
The Rashida Jones one?
No, y'all.
That one was good.
That one was good, but it was also really sad. If you want to watch it, just type Rashida Jones on Google porn documentary.
Yeah.
That's the one that truly, that did it for me.
Oh, 100%.
It's really nasty and gross, the straight porn industry.
But also very illuminating, I think, if you have no idea or like you're not familiar with, I think, some of the way that industry sort of preys on
on young women. And so, and mind you, I don't even know. And that could also be something really interesting for the Trust and Believers, because as a family shared here, I do exchange and direct messages with a few adult content creators.
It's you tagging them, being like, "Fill my hole," and they're like, "I'm gonna have to block you if you don't stop."
I know, but honestly, like I did get interest from Miss Dom King. Maybe I'll reach back out again and see if Dom King would be interested in doing like a quick interview with us to just discuss about like, we keep shitting on the straight porn industry because obviously like they're really toxic and very what's it called? What's the word? Predatory and whatnot. But I mean, I not that I want to find the wrongs of the gay porn industry, but I would like to know behind. If there's anything that seems unsavory.
I mean, what's his face? The one that killed the guy. The gay porn star.
You keep bringing Brent Corrigan. Yes. You keep bringing her back up.
But that is an example of the industry.
But yeah,
she's
but
a victim of the industry.
Yeah, but that was just one case. It's not a predatory behavior across the porn industry. No, but then that was just some jealous gays in power who just like went out and slayed each other literally.
No. But then there's also like I remember seeing stuff. Was it about Helix Studios or like some CEO who's? I mean, a lot of the CEOs who are in charge of these like big gay porn studios are also very predatory towards like the young talent, like the twinks and things.
And I also always wonder, how are websites like men.com and Cocky Boys, how are these folks still making money? They're still producing stuff. And
I mean, they clearly have enough people who are purchasing the subscriptions.
Of course. And that's what I'm thinking. Like, I mean, I would venture out and say that it's none of us. Like, I would venture out and say it's like older millennials or even boomers who are supporting these companies who like actually have active memberships to their videos.
I will say, out of
Because
all
if
the
we're gonna be real,
out of-
if we're watching any of those people's contents, I'm watching it for free on fucking Boyfriend TV.
sure, and like I will say,
Sorry, Dom. I will subscribe to you, Miss Dom. So
I will say, out of all the studios, I think Cocky Boys is probably
my fave.
visually.
Yeah.
Like the stuff that they produce is a little bit more my speed because it is a little bit less like, I don't know. There's the way that it's shot,
They have different types, which I like.
and also just like the way that it's shot is not like just like standard camera setup. We're just watching two dudes fucking a still frame.
Yeah, but even then, like, there's been this trend. So it's particularly with men.com. The way they're producing, even like viral or clickbaity videos that they're trying to do, like they're doing stuff that like ever since the whole "not in front of my salad" thing took off.
And also the guy with the beard, who's it, Jackson Wheeler, who's in that video.
Oh my god,
I'm a big fan of her work.
Oh, Miss Jackson, if you want to come talk to us on the
If
pod.
you want to talk into my hole.
And honestly, if there's any townsperson who is in the adult film industry or knows someone who is, or is, any sort of connection to the adult industry, Nick and I would be really interested to hear more, or give us some tea maybe, or connect us, because I would be really interested.
Yeah, he wants to have that interview alone in a hotel room in which there are no others.
Like, I'm doing the interview like this, whole out. Like,
No. You welcome in it. You're like, oh, I want to meet you at
so tell me.
So we're gonna meet at the Marriott, a room 412, and then he's like, "Oh, okay." You walk in, and you're like, "Okay, so I'm just gonna undress now." What, for the interview? What? Oh, we're gonna do it naked, and then also when you respond, you can talk into my hole.
Yeah, in my hole, yeah. So sorry, I will not be facing you for this interview, but please feel free if at any point you do want to.
Feel free to record for yourself too.
Feel free to record. Yeah, feel free to just stick your dick. That's the screen grab for the episode.
Like oh. I'm like, if you need to take notes, what should I take notes with? Do you have a pen? Oh no, use your dick.
Oh, no. Use your cum. It'll dry up. Anyway, so yeah, they're doing like they did this video at a car auto dealership. There's that video of graduation with the one guy that you like.
Oh, Joey Mills.
There's a lot of content.
He's a follower. He follows my work.
Oh, Miss Joey Mills?
He does.
Oh my god, I love that. Joey Mills.
He was on TikTok. He was getting in hot water too because he was going online saying that he was like still a twink even though he's like in his 30s, and like people were kind of clowning on him being like, "Babe, you're old," and then he's like, "I'm not old."
That's so rude. If he
who would do that?
Who would do that? Listen, for me, the rule of twinkdom is this: if you look like a twink, then you're a twink. Because the people that get shit on or the people that get made fun of for not being twinks are the ones that don't look like twinks. But if you look like a twink as a 30 whatever, like Miss Joey Mills, then by all means you're a twink, especially if you're a sex worker. Like, if you look like a twink,
that is like his main source of income is all based on like how he looks. So it's like,
well, that's the whole tea.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, because there comes a point, honestly, my point of view is at like mid 20, 25, 26, twinks die. And you become one of three
You're
things.
Not the only one with an opinion. The twink
No.
death happens after 25.
Yes, and then you become one of three things. You can become
What?
You can become a twunk. You start hitting the gym. You build that muscle, which then as you get older, you'll become a daddy or like a muscle daddy if you like take roids. Or you turn into what was the other one? Twunk.
Okay.
There's three.
Well, let's start from the base. No. Let's build it. Okay. So you when you're first a gay person, you're just a person.
Oh, you're like a twink with a mustache. Like every twink.
Isn't that an otter?
No. Let's see if you have a hairy body for that. No, honestly, okay. So everyone that I know that's like in their 30s that used to be a twink is either a twink with a mustache now, which just means that they're kind of like artsy, but like they have a mustache, or they're a twunk because they get to the gym, they get really buff, or trans.
No,
those are the three.
No, it's not the three.
Then you transition.
Okay.
Those are the three.
No, so listen. You start off. Okay.
I disagree.
No, sexually speaking, as a gay person, this is your tier. You start off as a twink because you're young, and if you're hairless, you're a twink. You start off as a twink. Then you move up, you upgrade to twunk.
Mm-hmm.
You're a twunk. Why are you on Instagram as I'm talking to you?
Sorry,
that is so rude.
I was going to pull up the DMs for later, and then I saw my roommate, and it's her birthday tomorrow. And I was like,
Did you see that?
It's like, what's she doing?
That was so rude.
Sorry.
You literally started scrolling on Instagram as I'm talking.
I'm sorry, I'm pulling up the DMs.
That is so rude. Wow. Here I'm trying to make content for us.
And I'm trying to get our content unlocked.
Anyway.
I'm listening to our audience.
Why? Because I'm the one who read it, and I'm the one who told you those DMs exist, mama. If it were up to you, we'd just be stuck here in your room fucking playing Scrabble till 6 a.m.
That sounds really fun.
Wow.
Do you want to play Scrabble later? We can play individually on the Kindle.
We're going to the sample sale.
I don't know if I'm gonna go.
You have to come.
I don't want to spend money.
Girl, it's on sale. This is what I got. Okay, wait. Okay.
We'll get into that later.
You start off as a gay person. Number 1, twink, right? You graduate.
That's if you're born a twink.
If you,
Because not everyone's born a twink.
People are born twinks.
Not everyone's born a twink, mama.
Okay, not everyone's
born a twink, and the rest is drag.
Okay, you can be a twink. Now the Pokemon evolution of twinks.
Pokemon. Okay, boomer.
Are you kidding me?
Is
Gen
it-
Z is very into Pokemon.
Are they?
Yeah, the Brooklyn ones.
Who? Name them.
Want to name your friends?
I don't have any friends that love Pokemon.
Pokemon's actually really big for Gen Z.
Is it?
Yes, I
thought
know
it's like
that.
a millennial thing.
I know because I've researched that on a daily basis.
You're googling what is Gen Z into?
No, as a Gen Zer, it's just what I know is in my peripherals on social media.
Is that what they're talking about on Red Note?
I'm not gonna fucking like flood a Chinese app that's
That's what Gen Z's doing.
They're not actually. There's a whole article of now we're being spoken about ethically conscious or I guess politically conscious Gen Zers being like, we're not just gonna flood this Chinese app and like
that's like a couple, mama. The mass majority. It was the number 1 app on the App Store, like
only for the ones who are just fucking hungry to continue creating their content,
which is most of Gen Z, mama. Everyone's social media obsessed.
I understand, but they're gonna quickly find out that the market's just either we're gonna flood.
Right. They'll find out, but mama, Gen Z right now, they love Red Note.
I think a lot from what I'm hearing is either people were thinking
You're reading blind things.
Okay, listen. Let me finish my thing.
She's out of touch.
You start off as a twink. I cannot get this thought out. I want to get this thought out because I want to make it a tier. I want to see all the categories that we can lay out. Okay, so you can start off as a twink. Then you can upgrade to a twunk. Now, you can upgrade to a twunk or you can upgrade to what? An otter if you start just growing out body hair, right?
Jock.
Then you can grow up, but you either twink, twunk, and then jock because you're too old to be a twunk. How does that upgrade happen?
It goes twink, twunk, jock, daddy.
I think twink, twunk, jock, or you can make a right turn. You can be twink, twunk, and then hung skater, who should be on a category of his own. I think at this point
He's a jock,
but he's got the mustache, and
but
jocks usually don't have mustaches.
But you can still be a jock with a mustache because like his body is like he's like a jock. He works out regularly. He's like
but he's not ripped. He's athletic, but I think his body's also hairless besides the mustache. So I think that should be a type of his own. I don't think he's a jock.
I think he's a jock.
You really
jock
think?
with a mustache?
Let us know in the comments. What do you consider? Who are you? What's your type? I guess right now I'm just a Latin guy. And
That's not all you are. You're so much more than that.
I'm just a Latin
You're
guy.
so much more than that.
My
diva.
categories, I guess my tags. My tags are smooth, Latin.
What's it?
I don't have any other tags.
I just have twink. I just have twink on mine.
Which mama? But according to your own measures, you need to be removing that tag today.
Wow. It'd be your own sister.
Wait, how did we get into this? This whole wasn't there a whole point to the whole porn thing? Anyway, I hope they're making money. I hope that they're surviving.
Oh, Caleb, you're talking about... No, that was before.
Oh, okay. So the whole point of this is that I saw this video at 4 a.m. of Miss College Bro for You, Greg McKeon, and Caleb Manning trying to get DP'd in front of a Christmas tree. No, that's not like a made-up improv sentence. I don't know what it is.
Did they try to put the Christmas tree up his ass?
No, but it was actually a really cute Christmas tree that he was right next to. As I was jerking off, and it was like, "What?
Wait, who's their interior designer?" Wait.
But then I was trying to get inspired, and like I really have been into watching a lot of that content. It's been making me really horny.
Oh, the DP content, yeah.
Yeah, and so like I do have a scheduled appointment tonight
to get DP.
Well, that is in the cards. It is on the menu, but we'll see. We'll see if if the special doesn't run out. I guess I don't know. I'm trying to make an allegory.
No, it's okay. We can. We got it. We got it. Yeah.
So I mean, I'm trying to stay.
You're hoping it's not 96 off the menu.
It's 86,
Oh,
not
86.
96. Wow. You can tell Nick has never been in a server before. Wow. 96. What the fuck would be 96?
I'm sorry. Who else knew that? Who else?
Comment if you are a townsperson who works in service industry to put Miss Nick to shame. And all of you Nicktims coming to his defense. No, none.
Actually, plenty.
We'll see. We'll see who comes to your defense.
Yeah.
Roofense.
I'm for the lovers. Everyone who's a hater is on your team.
We'll love that. I love this. If all the haters want to be Peroots, please.
Guess what? Hate makes you ugly.
I'm an open hater. Not this gig, honey. And guess what? Miss Ruby's a hater.
Vote down below.
But anyway, so we'll see how that goes. I'm really excited, and the idea of it, I've been a lot more sexually turned on by the idea of doing that. So I really want to do that. Like I really want to. Why are you laughing at that?
Because you were like, I just really want to do that. Like, okay, then do it.
I know, and like I said, like I've done it a few times now, and
I've never done it.
But I've never done it with a different group of people. It's always been the same couple. So this will be my first time doing it with a different couple.
Sure.
So I'm really intrigued as to how that's gonna go, and I'm taking all of the precautions and precautionary measures to make sure that tonight is a success. So I'm really excited, and I've already been getting some tips and tricks. That's why I actually have been watching a lot of DP content, because I want to see
how they do
it, different ways to do it. Like I got a fresh bottle of pops ready to go.
Good.
So I'm excited to see, and like I'm excited to report back.
See, I'm happy for my sister. My pussy been dry like the Sahara, dry like
kind of like your vagina.
Also, fan of my work. We're mutuals on
Miss Lagrange.
Oh
my god.
She be commenting my videos.
Oh my god, we love she her.
And we do. We love she her.
Oh my god.
We'll miss she her when TikTok goes away.
She will be on fucking.
I know, but she doesn't
Instagram.
follow me on other platforms. She just follows me on
You're gonna
TikTok.
have to do some groundwork now, honey, because then you're gonna have to stop relying on your TikTok laurels. You're gonna have to become a boom boom reels girl.
I don't want to be a boom boom reels girl. That's why I think TikTok shutting down is actually a good thing for me personally. Maybe not for everybody else, but I do think it's now I'm like, oh, okay, so I need to do something else, and now I'll let the work speak for itself. I'll let the work.
You can have two things going on at once. I mean, we're both actively working on our particular projects, but also I'm about to start doing new social media content, which I'm excited about.
I also got an idea for new social media content as well. I think for me personally, with TikTok closing, going down, I probably will transition to
going down.
Mama,
she's going down.
I probably will move to YouTube. Because I do have a YouTube account that I have one video on, which thank you to everyone who people still comment on that video to this day, being like, when's the next one? And I'm like, babe, can't afford.
It was cute and nicely produced, and it's a really good concept, and I feel like
I personally have a lot of now, I think, free time on my hands, or not like I have a ton of free time, but I want to do more just like hobbies for myself, and which means like I want to sew more. So I'm like, I made a sewing video and put it on TikTok like a couple weeks, maybe like 2 months ago, and it did fairly well. And I think I figured out how I could do like a longer form like YouTube video. And I have lots of projects that I want to work on that I could just like film and have content.
Maybe
for.
Transition into reels. Like with your new content.
Well, I would do like little.
You know what I mean?
I do like the shortened versions, and then we do like an extended on YouTube. Sort of thing. Like a little. I have an idea. I have an idea of what I would do, but it's not going to be anytime soon because I have to organize my sewing room because I got a bunch of pegboards that I have to hang up to organize my sewing stuff.
Pegboards,
but it has to be drilled into the wall, so I have to get a TaskRabbit to do it. So that's expensive. Well, it's not expensive, but like I don't have the funds right now to be paying somebody to set that up for me right now. So I'm gonna wait a little bit, but then stay tuned for that. But I went home. I'll get into my town hall now.
Oh my god! Wait, we're gonna have to start fucking wrapping up soon
I
and
well,
move on to, I guess, Miss Patreon.
we'll move to Miss Patreon. I mean, we still have like what 15
Okay.
minutes still, but I went home for the weekend. I left last Thursday, and then I came back on Tuesday.
Yay!
It was really nice. I was saw my parents there for my mom's birthday.
You got this cute top.
The top that you see, and the jeans too. I thrifted.
So, oh my god, this is from a sample sale.
Oh, work!
Yes.
So I did thrifting. I went to the Goodwill bins. There's one that's an hour from where my parents live, and my mom. Anytime I come home, like me and my sister, she's always like, "Do you want to go?" Because it's just like a really fun thing for the three of us to do. Because it's just you just put on some rubber gloves and you just because it smells so bad. It's so nasty and gross in
Ew.
there. But then it's like it's washed.
Oh.
I did the laundry. Fuck. I'm like, what the fuck? I have to show you photos because like it's kind of gross in there. But so I went.
Oh, we can put it up on the fucking page.
Hey, Patreon. So I like made my mom. I would like hold up different individual pieces of clothing for like my mom to like take a photo of to like see how it looked against me because I had to cut back because when we got there it was so busy, and we're digging through the bins. And all of a sudden, one after the other, I'm finding vintage piece from the 70s, another vintage piece from the 70s, another, and I one on top of that. I literally, the shirt that I have, vintage from the 70s. If for those who don't know, the 70s, I love that era. That is like probably like for fashion. I live for it. I have so much of my clothing I have is secondhand vintage from the 70s that I either purchased from a thrift store or gotten on eBay. I just like the look of it. I like how fun the patterns are, but also like I feel like the cut of the clothing from then tends to be a little bit more ambiguous. It's like it can be kind of feminine but also still masculine at the same time.
Of course, yeah, that was a big part of the 70s of the disco vibe.
Yeah, so I really enjoy that. I like that a lot. So I got so many sweaters, this top, I got a couple others, and I literally like hit the jackpot. Had a huge pile of shit, and the whole thing totaled, including my mom's stuff that she got and the stuff that she got from my dad, $15. Because it's by the
Damn.
pound. By the pound. So I did that. I got a full suit. I bought a full suit because Isabel who and Gio, who are members or fans of the pod, they listen. Good friends of mine from college are getting married literally next month, less than a month now. And I needed an outfit for the wedding. And so my mom was like, well, maybe you'll find something when you're here. And I was like, well, we'll see. I don't know. Found a full fucking suit. It's gorgeous. It's I'm not gonna reveal too much about it because I want it to be a surprise for the day of, but it's so it's like an oversized suit, like it's kind of baggy, and I'm gonna like either wear like a what's it called, tank top underneath, or like nothing at all underneath.
Ooh.
Because
Well, it might be too cold for that.
yeah, but it's like it's gonna be indoors. I'll just show you the photo right now because it's kind of. I'll show you what it looks like. Oh, I like how it's like one of the first things that pops up that's auto generated.
Oh my god, I'm so, I hate that everything has an option for like summaries via AI. Like I don't like it. Oh wait, does the top and the pant match?
Yeah.
Is it the same thing?
Yeah, they're the same.
Oh, I
It's-
see. I see.
It's the color though. It's brown. I have it over there. It's
Oh,
actually,
it's brown?
It's not black, but that's what it looks like.
We'll post this too. But this is no, I like it. I'm excited to see what you're gonna do with your hair.
Mhm.
And what is that? The shoes that you're gonna wear with that?
No, those aren't the shoes. I also have to get it dry cleaned, and then I have to hem the pants because the pants are too long.
You know, it would look good with that. That would also match kind of the '70s vibe, like a big chunky bracelet.
Sure, or like a little necklace or something. I'm gonna do maybe 2 on top of it. I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out. But I have about a month. But then I also need to figure out an outfit for the rehearsal dinner. So I don't know what I'm gonna do for the rehearsal dinner. But yeah. So it was a very successful thrift trip. And I didn't think I was gonna be able to fit everything in my suitcase.
Well, it seems like you didn't.
I did. I managed to get everything in my carry-on because I only bring a
Jesus.
carry-on when I get home. I don't check a bag because I'm just like it's too much, especially the way that I have to transfer flights when I have like my layovers or connecting flights and shit. So, but my problem is whenever I go through TSA at the airport by my parents, because it's such a small airport, they take everything so seriously. Like when I go through JFK, they were like a little strict at JFK when I flew out, like in terms of just security, because they recently had that stowaway, the woman who like flew to Paris.
Yeah.
And then they had 2 other stowaways who were in the luggage compartment that died because like they got so cold that they like froze to death.
Oh my god.
So like, and that had happened maybe a week before I flew out. So like the security at JFK was pretty much at an all-time high. They literally made me. They've never done this before. I was wearing a sweater, and people wear sweaters, like people like whatever. It's like it's clothing. I put all my stuff in little bins and stuff, and I like have them go through the little scanner, and then they like have me go through the full body scanner or whatever. And I'm standing there, and all of a sudden the TSA agent goes, "Oh, can you take off your sweater and put it in one of the bins?" And I was like, "Really?" And he was like, "Yeah, we have to put it through the scanner." I was like, what if I wasn't wearing anything underneath that? There was a girl, she looked like she was a teenager, like 16 years old, was standing in line waiting to go through the scanner because they made her take off her sweatshirt. She was just wearing a sports bra and like leggings. That was all she was wearing. And she's standing in TSA like covering her arms like this because like they made her undress. And I was like, that's weird. Like,
I think there is though. Isn't there? If you decline, can they pat you down or something like that? You know, like you're able to say like, no, I don't want to, and they can bring an officer to pat you down instead.
Yeah, but then like they have to take you to another room. But I'm like, they're making this like like she's clearly like a teenager, and she's standing in a bra and leggings, and like because they made her take off her sweater because she didn't wear anything underneath it, and so she's just like standing there in front of all these people because it was crazy, it was packed, and so then. Had to walk back through this, like back from where I came, and then by that point, my spot for like the conveyor belt with all the bins and stuff had filled up. Like there were people that it was like backed up like crazy, and I had one sweater that I'm trying to get in one bin to go through the scanner, and I stood there for 10 minutes because the thing wasn't moving because they were so backed up, and then until finally some TSA worker was like, just give it to me, took the sweater, put it in a bin, sent it through, whatever. I was like, did we really need to do that? What a waste of time. And so then there was that. But when I was at the airport back home, I always get patted down. They always make me completely unzip everything in my suitcase because there's always some issue that they're like, oh, we saw something on the screen, we gotta take a look. And I'm like, relax. So I was so nervous because I had so much shit. I had to use a space bag. I had like for all of the stuff that I thrifted, sucked all the air out. It was packed to the brim, mama. Like I also had to fit in my pillow because I always take my pillow with me when I go because I have like my
Wait, I never knew this. You take a pillow with you?
My pillow that I sleep with because like I this kind of pillow I need like a dense pillow to sleep, otherwise I can't.
Couldn't your dad just order one for you to have when you're home? Since he keeps ordering you shit.
I mean, he could, but I just bring it because I never
clocked your tea.
because I just like never know, and I maybe in the future like whatever, but like I just like my pillow. Okay, it's personal. I don't know. I like sleep with it every night. It's like part of me. Okay, so I always bring it because I never know if I'm gonna need it, and so I always make sure that there's room so I can squeeze it in, and because it's memory foam, it can like flatten or whatever, but I have to like sit on the suitcase and then like whatever. So it's like if I open it, bitch, it's not all going back in.
Jesus.
So I go through TSA and I like scan my boarding pass. They look at my ID. They go, great. They're like, okay, go through the line, put all your stuff in the bin, scanners and stuff. And I have my suitcase on the conveyor belt, and the TSA person goes, okay, can you take all the liquids out? And I was like, what? And he was like, you need to take all the liquids out. And I went, I've never had to do that before. I said, they always scans with my liquids inside. And he was like, yeah, well, you need to take the liquids out now. And I went, if I open it, I'm scared it's not going to close. And, and he was like, we'll try. And I went, okay. I opened it like a smidge, and I just dug my hand in. I pulled out two things. I went, that's all the liquids. And he goes, are you sure? And I said, I think so. And he goes, well, I guess we'll find out. And then he puts it through the scanner, and by the grace of God, I had so much other shit in there too. Like I had like face stuff, like all like toothpaste, like the whole 9 yards. They went through, and it was no issue. They didn't make me unzip anything. And I went, thank fucking God, because the last time that I went for my sister's wedding, I got in trouble because I had too many liquids. And I had this like little travel pouch, which is a quart size bag. It looks maybe a little bit larger, but it's a quart. Like it's meant for traveling to need liquids and shit. And I put all my stuff in there, and the TSA agent woman went, oh no, you have too much. And I went, no, I don't. And she brings out this tiny little Ziploc, and she goes, it all has to fit in this. And I went,
but is there a regulation? I never saw that.
I mean, they don't really enforce it at the large airports, but like this one that I go to, they have huge sticks up their asses because like they just want to play. They want to play God. They're in charge. They're like, She was like this little faggot. She's like, you have too much face cream, bitch. And I'm like, and she made me confiscate. She like made me surrender my hair mousse, my travel size hair mousse.
Oh my God.
She was like,
she was like gel curls.
No, it was Tresemme. It was just the travel size Tresemme mousse. But she was like, she goes, it doesn't all fit. So what are you gonna surrender? And I was like, girl, fuck you. And so then I was like, I guess take this. And she goes, okay. And then she
Do
goes,
you want to surrender to the Lord?
no. And then she was like, she goes, do you want me to pack it all back up or do you want to do it? And I said, I'll do it. And she goes, good, because I don't know how you got it all in there. And I was like, bitch. And I said, bitch, fuck you. You made me undo my entire bag. And then she watched me as I was stood off to the side on the floor, sitting on my suitcase, bouncing up and down, trying to get it all to flatten out so I could fucking zip it up. And I said, I will not have that happen to me again. And by the grace of God, she was there. That woman, but she was not in charge of the conveyor belt. She was in charge of checking the boarding
And you
pass
know
90s.
she was like fucking white knuckling at her seat.
But
She
you know
was
what
like,
do you know what the crazy thing was though? This is unrelated. When I got there was this family checking in, and they had two babies, one in a stroller, and this one woman was like holding the toddler, who was like the older one.
surrender them.
No, and so they check in or whatever, and I guess they didn't have a boarding pass for the toddler, and so then the woman was like, "Well, you need to have a boarding pass for every passenger," and the woman was like, "Okay," so she's like, "Sweetie, will you take care of the baby while I go get the boarding pass?" And he was like, "Sure." Woman walks away. They leave the stroller with the baby right in front of the TSA agent. The man takes the toddler, goes in a different direction. The baby is just sitting. The baby is just sitting in the stroller, and then the woman was like, "Okay, you can come. I scan my boarding pass, scan my ID. I'm going through the conveyor belt. All of a sudden, I'm the only one going through the conveyor belt because, mind you, it's a tiny ass airport. No one's there. All of a sudden, all the TSA agents are looking on like, did she leave the baby? And then the woman's like, she left the baby. And then they're like, what? The baby's just sitting here. The boom baby. The boom boom baby was just sitting in the boom boom stroller. And then the woman was like, do we call somebody? And then she was like, can someone go find her? She just left her baby. And I was like, girl, you left your baby in this airport unattended. What are you doing? But I was like, I think she thought that her husband was gonna watch the baby, but he didn't.
Of course she thought that. The husband didn't remember the baby.
No, and I said, Mama, you need to leave that man. That man is.
There's bigger fish to fry than your freaking Tressa Bay Moose. There's husbands, you're leaving their babies.
They're abandoning their babies at the airport. So I thought that was kind of silly and fun. But yeah, so my trip was good.
Great story, but I'm glad it ended on the baby. That is so fucking.
What do you
funny.
mean? Great story, bitch. Fuck you. Comment down below if you liked it.
No. I do think it's funny because this is a trend for you. They keep. I don't know what it is about you. They just want to stop.
Oh, I got patted down too. I always get patted down.
Really?
My dick always sets it off. There's always a there's always a box, and then I like go, and the TSA guy was like so nervous. I could tell. Like he was like, I think he was like, oh,
it's
the Midwest. It's the Midwest.
I'm a patting it. There ain't gonna be anything there.
He was like, I don't know what I'm gonna feel when I pat that down. And so then he comes up and he goes, do you want a private room? And I said, out here's fine. And he was like, okay. And so then they always ask you. They're like, you can either do it. You can either do here. But the way he did, he was like, so do you want to do it here?
Oh, he was trying to be sensitive.
Yeah, or he's like, or there's a private room.
He was an ally.
And I was like, you just do it here. No, but was that JFK? I texted this to
JFK. They're like, fuck
no,
you.
I texted
They them.
I texted Peru. I said, because this woman in line, I was in line to go through to go through security, and this janitor, did you just like swallow the?
Almost.
Oh
I always like when I pop the lid of a can, it fell in. I was like, whatever. And I forgot that it was in there, and I almost swallowed it.
You could choke and die from that, Mama. Maybe be more careful.
I just love swallowing so much.
Okay. So this janitor, she dropped something off of her cart when she was pushing past like me in the line. And so I like dropped down and packed it up, and she goes, thank you so much, miss. Durr. And I was like, of course, girl, of course.
I mean, that's kind of a gag. I would play more with them if I were you.
No, I thought I was
just like, confuse them a little.
Well, I trust and believe I do.
If they're like, oh, we're gonna give you an officer to pat, you're like, oh, what kind of officer?
I went out to lunch with my mom when we went thrift shopping afterwards. We went to famous fast food chain Culver's in the Midwest, which is one of my favorite places. I love it so much. Shout out if you're familiar. But when we went, it was so packed and so busy, and it's filled to the brim with just like men, just like redneck men. And mind you, my hair's in a claw clip. My nails painted. I'm walking in with my mother. We're kikiing, and as soon as we walk in, there's a table of dudes, and they're like, look, they're in their 30s. They're all wearing like camo. They got like whatever, and they all go like, look at me, and like they were just like confused. And then there was an old man. There was a table of 3. There was an old man in a wheelchair. He had a Spider-Man little backpack, and then he must have been with his sons. I think he was like in throes of dementia because they were treating him like a baby because they were like feeding him, and they're like, the chicken tender tastes good, and he was like, yeah, But then he had a little teddy bear. It was so sweet. Then they're like, are you ready to go? And then they gave him his teddy bear, and he's like, yeah, and they wheeled him out, and I was like, Mom, look. And my mom was like, that's gonna be me one day.
Oh my god!
And I said,
a Spider-Man backpack. How old was it? Were they?
the gentlemen looked like they were in their 50s, and then
with
he
a Spider-Man backpack.
No. The guy with the Spider-Man backpack was probably in his 80s.
Oh, interesting.
In the throes of dementia,
Hey,
like
man,
I said.
listen, when you're a fan, you're a fan.
Well, I mean, I do think it's because he was, had that.
I just have to not get canceled.
Yeah. No, nothing wrong with it. I support.
We love dementia.
Well, we don't love dementia.
We love Pink.
Don't love Spider-Man. Tom Holland, girl, shoot that web up my hole, mama.
Oh my god! Speaking of holes,
well, we had to.
let's get to this hole. Well, I guess we should transition.
Well, we should do our closing statements.
Yeah. Well, let me look up and see. So let's
let's wait to the closing statements for the first video before we.
Well, yeah, of course. Yeah. Well, I mean,
what are you looking for?
I want to see who we're gonna be talking about because I forgot.
Oh, well, we have an email.
So we do have an email that we're going to be discussing from a town hall. So Valerie, your email's coming. I believe it was Valerie. Valerie's email's coming up.
I'm pulling it up.
That we want to do our due diligence and get back to the ones that we never got to. So we will be getting through this email.
Yeah, Valerie.
Here, let me just.
I have it.
I'm not gonna go through your anything. Give me that, girl. Okay. So we're gonna go over through. Am I the asshole for keeping things low key? We're going to be going through that on our town hall. The question was, am I the asshole if I hook up with someone I don't think it's cute and maybe even keeping it hidden? Girl, that's good. And then we're also going to go over a question that we had from town. I think it's a townsperson, I believe, but we can probably go over it. What was the question? Wait, where is it? Is this yours or Pioneers?
This is Pioneers and Trailblazers. This is right there, Diva.
Interesting, because maybe it got to me. I think there was a question from somebody about our parents having listened to any of our content, and we can probably discuss that. And then there were also some questions about like updates on our identities, which I'm sure we can talk about that too. So we have a lot of topics to discuss. So if you want to, you can go to our Patreon. The link's here in the description of this video or somewhere in this audio, wherever you listen to your podcast. You can sign up to any of our tiers. You can be a town council member, or you can be a Trust and Believers. To those that sign up, thank you for signing up. We're so excited.
Thank you.
We're gonna be much more unhinged over there, and we'll be sharing some extra. I mean, we have time actually, so we can probably indulge in those town halls from all of you guys. But for now, my pioneer is obviously gonna be the telenovela Ruby, because I've been obsessively watching it. And
was that yours last week too?
No, mine last week was everyone was being back and everyone in the community.
Okay.
So yeah, that's my pioneer.
My trailblazer for the week is probably going to be the television series Severance. The new season starts today, so I have an episode to watch. We're recording on Friday. But I binge watched it with my parents. We watched it while I was home. We watched like a couple episodes each night, and we all were like gagging over it. We were like, ah! And then they did the pop-up in Grand Central Station on Tuesday, the day that I was flying back. So I missed it. Ah! But no one told me they were queening out on that show. I had no idea there were faggots on there, and they
on Severance.
Oh, girl.
Oh,
two Hollywood legends just queening out with each other, and I'm like, wait.
Okay, I'm excited. Okay, we'll talk about it. And then you can follow us at Pioneers and Trailblazers here on Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast. On Instagram, if you haven't followed us on there, please follow us.
On TikTok, if it's still up. If not, girl, rip to her.
If not, please continue supporting our content on Miss Insta at the moment. And then you can follow me at Hey Peru on Instagram, at Hey Peru on TikTok. Well, it's there, I guess. And actually, don't even follow me there. Just follow me on Instagram. And I stopped using X, really, so you don't have to follow me there. Just follow me at Hey Peru.
You can follow me at nicholas.rose on Instagram, clownfacebinch on YouTube when I make my journey back over there, and clownfacebitch on X/Twitter. And those are my handles.
Yay! Well, thank you everyone for listening, and we'll continue over on our Patreon.
Bye.
Bye.